Hello, how is everyone tonight? I'm just going to adjust that angle for just a little bit. Thank you very much. My name is Quinlan and welcome to the Drum Show. Here we are. Now, what I'm doing tonight is I'm going to do some trigger work for you and all of this sort of business. The last episode that I did started to bring in a few different kinds of things, and I'm going down a classical bent a little bit. And what I've got over here is my laptop, and you can hear everything there going. And when I touch things, you're hearing South African singers play. Or sing, I should say. Seems I'm already off. Now what I want to do tonight is give you an idea that some of these patches evokes moods that down certain paths. And I'll talk about my interface a little bit here. What I've got here is, as you can see on the side just here, I'll zoom in on it later with some crafty computer work, is an Alesis interface, and it's set on patch number 20, which I have to an F sharp minor Phrygian mode. And a Phrygian mode is, if you want to get all theoretical, is 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, okay? You have 5, you have flat 6, flat 7, okay, and then the octave. And that's what I'm doing there. It's used a lot in flamenco music. So I'm playing around with that a little bit. Using what's called a reverse 2 feel here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the bass drum's on the off beat. There you go. There's something there with South African voices on my computer. We can do lots of different things. What I was doing last episode was actually talking about orchestral percussion. So I'll go back to that quickly. And what happens with that is that I have a preset here I go to setting number 10. Now, what am I talking about here tonight? What's the subject of this show? Is what I'm actually doing is actually showing you how to use technology, really. What I can do, a lot of this is homemade, by the way. I've got typical commercially available triggers. this sort of business. I've got a bit of a potpourri at the moment. But over here I've got a bunch of homemade ones. You see? All that sort of stuff. And I haven't triggered everything. So that's not triggered. My standing up bass drum here, my second snare drum is not triggered. But what I try and do with all of this thing, all these different patches, is they evoke a sound, they evoke a mood. And that's what I'm really talking about tonight. A bit of a scatterbrained approach, because I've already shown you about, or shown you that I was using a Phrygian mode for the South African singers. And as soon as I put that patch in, it made me play a certain way. When I put in orchestral percussion, I might use a multi-sticks for this. Makes me play a different way. Expanding. Hopefully it expands my horizon. Different than what I was playing a few minutes ago. Oh, that's a lick, Chris. That's a double paradiddle. I lock in for it all the time. Get that out of my system. That's something with orchestral percussion, and when I think about that, a part of my brain just locks into John Cage and Stravinsky and some of these people. It's just the way that it goes. When I lock into South African voices, it locks into the African side of me. I want to go more Tommy sort of thing, not quoting the Who. Can you hear me? Sorry, that's a joke. It gets me into, more tom based, that kind of thing there. Anyway, there's something there for you, just quickly. More of this after the break, and I'll show you some more of my patches that I use all the time. There you go. Back soon.